The canals and bridges of St. Petersburg have earned the city the moniker Venice of the North. The endless alleys and byways brim with architectural and artistic treasures. Since being built from scratch on the command of Peter the Great, the city has served as an incubator for some of Russia's greatest political and artistic movements. For this reason, St. Petersburg is also called Russia's cultural capital and even Russia's second capital. The mythology of St. Petersburg and its place in the Russian imagination has only grown over time. Its close proximity to Europe, the heroism of its citizens during the 847-day siege during World War II, the opulence of its architecture and planning, and its currently rapidly developing economy and growing population have all made the city a symbol of hope and romance to the Russians. SRAS students study at St. Petersburg State University, in the heart of the city and within a leisurely walking distance through the Hermitage Museum, Peter and Paul Fortress, and many other sites of historical importance. St. Petersburg is an ideal setting for students, with its tremendous art and music scene, bars and restaurants on every corner, and an ever-active intelligentsia.
I went with St. Petersburg because there's lots of history here, there's tons of museums, and yeah, it was a hard decision, and I'd also heard before that St. Petersburg was a little more laid back, especially for your first time going to study for a long time, and I figured that it'd be nice to try that out as a first step.
St. Petersburg is beautiful. Just around every corner there's another gorgeous historic building. It's almost too much to take in at once, really. St. Petersburg is just always going, which I really like about it. Never really sleeps. There are always people out. It's really lively.
In addition to the Russian as a second language program, SRAS offers a number of specialized courses focusing on literature, art, and Russian culture. Art and Museums in Russia is a hands-on summer course where students study, in part, at the Hermitage. Students combine courses in art history with one of two tracks, studio art or museum studies and art preservation.
While studying in St. Petersburg, I wanted to gain a better appreciation for the way that the culture is defined by art, and the city is so defined by the architecture, and as well as the access to museums that the program gives, because it really is unparalleled. We got to go into, just today alone, rooms that are closed for restoration, and we got to touch some of the sculptures, which is unreal.
By discussing these topics with Russian professionals, students gain unique perspectives from a culture whose art has survived war, censorship, revolutions, and several economic crises. This has led to creativity and ingenuity in Russia, not only in how to create art, but also in how to display and preserve it. Art and Museums in Russia seeks to help transmit this knowledge to the West, while opening international dialogues between artists and professionals.
Главная особенность этой программы заключается в том, что она состоит из теоретической части и из практической части. Мы уделяем очень большое внимание освещению истории русского искусства и очень внимательному изучению оригиналов. Но кроме такой теоретической части, наши студенты рисуют. Может быть, нет никакого другого способа заставить человека или создать условия для человека смотреть на художественное произведение долго, основательно, вглядываясь во все детали, который был бы лучше, чем рисовать. Поэтому мы считаем, что опыт, который приобретают наши студенты, уникален. Они очень много узнают, и они вживаются в историю культуры, в эстетические особенности этих произведений.
Students can participate in art and museums in Russia via an ambitious SRAS program called Home and Abroad, ART. Students receive a $7,000 scholarship to combine this program with a semester of language study and a full year intensive internship writing for artinrussia.org. Another program, called The Russians, invites students to think critically about a range of issues that affect everything from diplomacy to daily life in Russia. Students see and discuss paintings and architecture, analyze books and films, experience the banya and the dacha, and meet Russians to discuss life in the country. In this way, students explore the Russian mindset, historical perspective, and worldview, getting to know modern Russia and today's Russians in a unique and immersive way.
The whole country, the whole city is like your classroom to learn, what do they eat, what do they talk about, what kind of music do they like, where do they like to go and hang out. I would have never imagined that Russians love to walk around the parks and the streets at 12 at night because it's so bright outside. So you learn all these things that you would have never learned, reading a textbook. St.
Petersburg is Russia's crown jewel and a world-class metropolis all its own. From its foggy canals and ornate residences have sprung the political and intellectual forces that have long determined Russia's direction.